So, is the beauty giant Estée Lauder in the middle of a massive turnaround? Well, after a few tough years, their latest numbers just dropped, and wow, they are looking good. Today, we're going to decode that report, see what's really behind this comeback, and figure out if this new glow is actually here to stay.
Now, if you follow the industry, you know Estée Lauder isn't just one brand, right? It's a global powerhouse. We're talking a whole portfolio of iconic names in skincare, makeup, you name it. It is a titan, and when a titan starts to make moves, everybody pays attention.
And this quote right here, this really sets the stage. The company's new CEO isn't just talking about a good quarter. He's calling it part of the biggest transformation in our history. I mean, that is a bold, bold claim. So today, we're going to dig into the strategy and the numbers to see what that really means.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll hit the headline numbers from their beautiful quarter. Then, we'll uncover the winning formula behind that success. We're going to go inside their transformation plan, look at the challenges, the headwinds on the horizon, and then wrap up with their official forecast for the future.
All right, first up, let's dive into the numbers that got everyone talking. This is really the heart of their turnaround story.
So first, you've got a solid 6% growth in net sales. Now, in a global market this competitive, that's a really healthy sign. It means more people are buying their stuff. Simple as that.
But, sales are only half the picture. Their adjusted operating margin hit 14.4%. And this is so important because it shows they're not just selling more product, they're getting way more profitable on every single dollar they bring in.
And this is the number that makes you go, whoa, a 43% jump in adjusted earnings per share. I mean, this just screams that their strategy is working and it's delivering some serious value back to investors.
Okay, so this table really pulls it all together. You can see that huge jump in operating income, up 32%. That shows their efficiency plan is really paying off. And that, combined with those rising sales, is what sent their earnings per share through the roof by 43%. This is not a small tweak. It's a massive leap from where they were last year.
So the numbers are obviously impressive, but where's all this growth actually coming from? Let's peel back the layers and see what's in their winning formula.
When you look at their product lines, skincare is still the undisputed king, pulling in over $2 billion. It grew a healthy 6% organically. But hey, don't sleep on fragrance. It also put up a strong 6% organic growth, which is a huge sign that the luxury perfume market is just on fire right now.
And, these big corporate numbers, they're coming from brands you've absolutely heard of. In skincare, you have the heavy hitters like La Mer and The Ordinary just crushing it. Over in fragrance, it's the luxury names like Tom Ford and Le Labo leading the way. And even MAC posted an increase, which is a good sign for their makeup category.
Okay, let's look at the world map. The biggest story here, no question, is Mainland China. It came roaring back with 13% sales growth. That's a huge deal, not just for them, but maybe for the whole luxury market over there. Europe also had a really strong showing, while the Americas stayed positive.
And when you dig a little deeper, you see these wins popping up all over the place. I mean, it's the second quarter in a row of double-digit growth in Mainland China. They're grabbing market share in Japan, and right here in the super competitive US market, their brands Clinique and The Ordinary are #1 and #2 in skincare. So, this isn't just about one market getting hot. This is a truly global story.
So, how does a company this huge pull off a comeback on so many different fronts at the same time? Well, it doesn't happen by accident, that's for sure. It's all by design. Let's go inside the corporate engine room and check out their master plan.
Okay, it's got a very corporate name, the Profit Recovery and Growth Plan, or PRGP. Yeah, I know, corporate jargon, but what it really means is they're renovating the whole company from top to bottom. The goals are pretty simple: make the company work better, use the money they save to grow, and get their profits back to a really strong, stable place.
So it really breaks down into 3 big moves. First, reorganize and right-size, which, and this is the tough part, includes a big reduction in their workforce. Second, partner and outsource. They've inked a major deal with Accenture to handle a bunch of their business services. And third, simplify and accelerate, which is all about using new tech to make everything they do faster and smarter.
And here's the big payoff they're aiming for. The company thinks this whole transformation will save them between $800 million and $1 billion a year. That is a ton of cash they can pour right back into their brands, into marketing, and into creating the next big thing.
But no turnaround story is a straight line up. A smart look at this means we have to talk about the good and the bad. So what are some of the challenges, the headwinds that could slow down this momentum?
This slide really paints the picture, doesn't it? It's a total balancing act. On one side, you've got these awesome tailwinds pushing them forward, strong growth, that China momentum, and all those savings. But on the other side, you've got headwinds pushing back, a shaky global economy, the costs of restructuring, and one we really need to focus on: tariffs.
You see, as a massive global company, Estée Lauder is caught right in the crossfire of all these new trade policies. Tariffs on goods coming from Europe and China into North America, and the other way around, create a direct hit to their bottom line. The company thinks this is going to cost them about $100 million in profit, just this year alone. They're working on ways to soften that blow, but it is a major challenge.
Okay, so you take the good, you take the bad, you put it all together. What does the company itself think is going to happen this year? Let's check out their official forecast.
So their outlook, I'd call it cautiously optimistic. They're predicting that organic sales growth will continue, but maybe a little slower, at 1 to 3%. They plan on keeping that operating margin expanding, but look at that last line. They're still projecting a massive 36 to 49% growth in adjusted earnings per share. That tells me they're very confident their profit plan is working.
So, where does that leave us? Estée Lauder just delivered a fantastic quarter powered by its star brands and a huge comeback in China. They've kicked off this incredibly ambitious and expensive plan to remake the entire company. The big question is, in a world full of economic uncertainty and constantly changing trends, is this massive bet on transformation going to be enough, not just to secure their own future, but to maybe redefine the beauty industry itself? I guess only time will tell.